The Gina and Matty podcast.
Gina Jeffries, yesterday you were at the Lovedale Long Lunch.
Oh, I love this song.
How good is it? Day Drunk, Morgan Evans. Oh, actually, I've got another one for you. Was it this one? How was it?
Oh, look, I've never been and I've always wanted to go. My beautiful friend Chris Ornery invited me and two of my besties. And I didn't really, I had no idea. I didn't Google it. I didn't look on Instagram. I didn't really know what to wear. Or I just went, you know. So the first hint of what we were in for was the purple party bus we went up in, like a full-size
Was this like a hen's night kind of bus? Like you'd see a hens and bucks on sort of
yes,
thing?
Yes,
right,
so you get on and there's a pole, like a dancing pole, and there's lights.
What do you do on the pole? Oh, you dance on the pole?
Yes.
Oh, right. Okay. I've never seen one before. So
Well, you see, when you're travelling, you got to hang on to the pole to dance, otherwise you might fall over.
Okay, is that what happens?
I think that's why it's there.
Sure.
And then there's all flashlights and big speakers, and like as soon as we get on, there's a really big variety of age of, you know, probably 18-year-olds up to, you know, like every age.
Yep.
Well, I think the 18-year-olds were in charge of the volume.
Right.
So at first I'm like, that's really loud. I'm going to lose my voice talking. I'm going to work on the radio tomorrow. And I've said to my girlfriends, are we old because we're the ones saying we think that's loud? But that was just a taster.
Yeah.
And then we get there and they're all drinking on the way up.
Oh,
And
of
I'm
course,
like,
prees. You got to have prees.
I don't drink in the mornings unless it's like, you know, the other side of midnight. Kind of, you know.
Yeah. Or at work. Yeah.
So that was the first little telltale sign. And then we pulled up and like there's so many people and you get out of the bus and there's doof, doof, doof. And I'm like, this is not what I was expecting. I was expecting long wooden tables sitting on like, you know, nice little chairs with dried wildflowers.
Burlap runners and sort of,
and people bringing out grazing boards and, you know, all those kind. That's what in my head, I thought that's what that's going to be. And we'll be sitting out in the sun and it'll be absolutely beautiful. That's not what it is.
What was it?
It's a party. It's like it's a big party. Doof doof, disco, dancing, drinking, and then so you.
This is you with like a rosé in your hand.
Woo! That's it. So we take a little while to warm into it. Like we're like,
Glow sticks.
yeah. So, but eventually, as you know, because I shared a lot with you guys, we got in the swing of
course.
it. And so
You're in wine country. It'd be rude not to.
it would be rude not to. So we had a couple of bottles of Chardonnay out yesterday. Actually, Matty was the choice.
A buttery Chardonnay.
Oh, I like a really oaky, buttery dark, and they had just
nice.
what my bestie Natalie and I like. So we had a couple of bottles of that. But we started at one winery where you get your breakfast, your lunch, and we had lobster pasta.
Excuse me.
But it comes in a like a McDonald's kind of like takeaway box and with a wooden spoon and stuff. So it sounds very glamorous. But they've got to feed the masses.
So when you say you start at one winery, have they all got like different marquees set up, or are you travelling on this lunch? Is it like a progressive lunch? You get back on the bus and you go to another winery.
Yeah, okay. kind of that's more. And you could have chosen which winery you wanted to go to.
Okay.
The first winery was very, very doof doof when you getting there at like 11 o'clock in the morning. But then we go to the next one, and that's got a band, like a country band. It was like Morgan Wallen kind of stuff.
Right, gotcha.
And that was so, we were up dancing to this one, and that was where you got your cheese platter or your dessert. So you got little tickets for that and a cheese platter and some more wine. We had to try their wine as well because it would be rude not to.
That's exactly right. You're there.
Yeah.
I always get really confused whether I go a cheese plate or a dessert. Like, it's such a hard decision. When you go into if you go into a nice restaurant or if you're one of those and go, do I want a creme brulee or do I want some quince paste with some brie and some crackers?
What you do, Matty, is you get the one that you think you might want and your husband, for me, gets the other one and I have both. I eat both. But
I've got to find myself a husband. That's what the problem is.
Rod wasn't there. It was just the girls. But yeah, so cheese platter and then back on the bus. Well, the bus trip home, woo! But then, so on the way up, like the music's too loud for us. On the way back, turn it on! So it was a lot of fun. We had the best time ever and I'm so sorry I shared so many dodgy videos with you too.
It kept us thoroughly entertained. I think your McDonald's has arrived, Gina. It's just out there. Go get yourself a bacon and egg McMuffin. You deserved it.
I do.
Gina and Matty.
This weekend, I took the fam away and we had a little weekend getaway. The way that it's working this year, not going to do like a real big holiday this year. Just going to spot take some weekends when I'm not working, because most weekends I'm either doing like working at the league, working at the union. You know, there's a lot of work for me on the weekend. So I'm finding these weekends where I can go, you know what, we'll just do little staycations almost, just 3-hour little trips. And that's what we did. We went and stayed on this farm for Friday night, Saturday night, stayed there most of yesterday and came home in the afternoon. It was the best.
Just you guys? Do you have the whole place to yourself?
So it was, we had the whole place to ourselves. It was just us, just the fam went away. Where the farm, it was a working cattle farm that we stayed on. Oh. Really cool. Like the speckled cows are incredible there, and they're breeding them, and there's lots of calves rolling around. And so the people who run the farm live on it, but like miles away. And where they've got this little like Airbnb joint that they've built on down one of the back paddocks, and we're staying there.
How nice.
It was so nice. Like, I had a fire pit out the front. It was cold.
I love a fire pit.
So it's sort of like in between Oberon and the Megalong Valley. So like Oberon and Katoomba, sort of in between there, but absolutely off the grid. Like there was no phone reception, no Wi-Fi. It was full 80s. It was fantastic. There was actually even no TV.
I love that.
Yeah, which was fantastic. Like we had nothing to watch. Luckily, we downloaded a couple of episodes of Bridgerton before we went away off Netflix. That? So when the kids went to bed, Mum and Dad could watch something while having a glass of wine. But
did you play games and stuff with the kids?
So much. So there was Old Maid. Do you remember Old Maid, the card game? We played Old Maid. We had like Junior Trivial Pursuit, Junior Scrabble.
Because they have all that there. You didn't have to take it.
No, we took some stuff just in case, but they did have a lot of stuff there. Then there was a lot of like Spotlight, and the light went down, which was really cool.
Fun.
A lot of bushwalks, and the animals so it was like it was a proper farm, so it was a working farm, and then there was also the chook pen. So in the morning we'd go down and get the eggs for breakfast. You go collect the eggs, come back, make some beautiful fresh farm eggs for breakfast, which was really nice. There was sheep, there was horses around. Billy and Ziggy did horse riding, which was fantastic. Was killing me not knowing the score in any of the sport over the weekend. Like, I had no idea what was going on with the Mariners, no idea what was happening with Manly, no idea what was happening in the Premier League. Anyway. So that was killing me. The kids did not even want their iPads, which I thought was fantastic. Like they were just entertained throughout, just stimulation of being on the land, which was so good. Like gumboots ahoy! But we had an encounter. I'm pretty lucky. Pretty lucky to be here today. Yeah, because like farms for a boy from the burbs like me, like me and my chinos with my fake gumboots that I went and got from Kmart just for the trip. It's like it's. So we were out with the feed, and there was the whole sheep. We're feeding the sheep.
Snake.
They were loving it. No, not a snake. No,
it's too cold for the snakes.
It's too cold for the snakes. There was eagles circling above though. We heard a story about how an eagle took away a baby Joey. Anyway, that was horrific. I was like, maybe don't tell the kids that one. It's okay.
Oh my God.
Thanks, Farmer James. They just break the neck. I'm like, oh great, cool. And Ziggy's like, what do you mean they break the neck? I'm like, let's just concentrate on feeding the animals, mate. Feeding the animals, and then there's the goat that came over. It was lovely. There's a llama and an alpaca feeding them, and then the devil animal itself came out of absolute nowhere.
Oh.
The geese.
Did you record this?
No, it's just a sound effect I played.
Quick. Hang on, I'm just going to whip my phone out and record the noise you guys are making.
There wasn't enough time. So we're there down by the creek, we're feeding, and then the geese start coming, right? And the kids start to freak out a little bit because the geese are like from
the same height as your littlest one.
They start really low, and then all of a sudden they get really big, and their necks come up, and then they start. I was like, it's fine,
aggressive.
It's fine. They're fun. They're used to people here. The people come and stay here. It's fine. And then all of a sudden they start picking up pace, and the geese start running, and the kids are freaking out. I'm like, no, it's okay. It's okay. And then they're getting closer.
Don't worry.
They're getting closer, and Bella's like, babe, I think we need to leg it. I'm like, what do you mean? It's just geese. And then they're getting closer. I was like, okay, guys, let's go. We all turned. It was like a scene from like Mission Impossible. Imagine Tom Cruise doing his big running. There's the 5 of us being chased by about 20 geese chasing us. We're tearing up the road, and they're still coming. Stevie's screaming. She's like, oh my God.
Did you pick up the little one and carry her?
No, I was dragging her. I was like, come on, quick. They're coming! Ziggy's freaking out. Billy's screaming. I tripped Bella just so the geese get her before they get ready. And then we got to high ground and we were safe. I was like, oh my God, we're not cut out for this stuff.
What do you mean high ground? Can't they run up hills?
Well, no, they're exhausted, as were we. We got up the hill and they were just like, oh, forget it, we're not chasing him up there.
They are demons.
Why?
They will go.
Did they have
you.
babies
hate
or something?
geese.
Were they
I hate-
protecting their babies?
No, they're just
No.
stupid
They're
birds.
mean. They're mean.
They are
They
vicious.
will go you, and they have teeth.
Teeth!
Yeah,
Yeah.
little teethy nubs.
The woman who owns the farm said one of them pinned down her 5-year-old and there was just pecking her face, peck, 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 after she saw us running away from them. I was like, a little heads up about the geese would have been fine. It's like maybe if you see the geese,
my God.
run.
Gina and Matty.
Now, I'm going to read this from the news story that I found it on, because so this is not me saying this first bit. In yet another piece of evidence that America is the greatest country in the United States, US netizens, internet, are currently in a war with Australians over the fact that we call a chicken burger by those two very words. They think that we're crazy. One woman goes, "What?" And the Australians are going, "Well, it's
a chicken burger.
Chicken in a burger." And they cannot believe that we call like a chicken schnitzel burger, steak burger, fish burger, beef burger, chicken burger. We call whatever's in the burger the name of the burger. And they think that we're crazy because what they call that over there is a sandwich.
That confused
What?
the absolute
It's-
hell out of me the
yeah.
first time I went to America. I was
Yeah.
like, oh, chicken sandwich? No, I just want, why I want a chicken burger. What's that?
Yeah.
They call them sandwiches.
Isn't
It's so
that
weird.
sorry, it's dividing the name. It's dividing the world.
It's dividing the world.
Wouldn't that be great if that was the biggest problem we have?
Oh, no.
Yeah, no, they can't wrap their heads around that it's called a chicken burger or a fish burger or a beef burger or a steak burger. That's a sandwich.
But they have burgers still?
A hamburger, but that's
But it's not ham either.
No, it's
like,
not.
that's the thing. It's not ham. It's
Their logic
beef.
doesn't work.
It's beef.
The logic does not work. People, for our American friends, is it you or is it me? I'm not sure.
It's them. It's definitely them. That was when I went. The other thing was what they call biscuits. I was like, why are they giving me biscuits? Why would I want biscuits? But it's a scone. But they eat biscuits with everything.
But how good are they?
Oh, they're really
with
good.
a biscuit with butter, and then you
my
dip it
God.
in the gravy.
Oh my God. Okay.
I mean, they wonder what they're some of them, not all of them, but some of them where we go in the south are a lot larger.
Careful.
Well,
Careful.
they need bigger cars.
Well, they also. Do you classify a hot dog as a sandwich? Then is a hot dog a sandwich?
No, it's a hot dog.
But it's not a sandwich because
It's
it's something between two bits of bread.
Yeah, but
So
if
is that not a
we're going to
sandwich?
be literal and we're calling a chicken burger,
that's very
hot dog's not really a dog
it's
that's
a-
hot.
No, it's lips and lungs of something that's been squashed into a casing.
The Gina and Matty Podcast.
For more great comedy shows like this, head to novapodcast.com.au.